you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Victoria and I am a sustainable fashion designer. If you want to learn how to make your own clothes in 2024, I think you might want to keep watching this video. So the video is going to be split into parts. I'm going to first talk about the brief background about myself or how I started sewing, the type of machines that you could use, that you don't have to break the bank, supplies that you could start with, and how you could start making your own clothes. So let's jump right into it. So I started sewing. I was a junior in high school. I want to say I was, 17 at the time. My dad, he actually, I'm not 100% sure how he met this woman, but I believe she was in a paper or something like that. But anyway, mentioned that she was having sewing lessons. She asked, was I really interested in really doing this? Because he was going to go out and buy me a sewing machine. Mind you, I was already like a kid cutting up clothes. If you knew me back in the day, then you know that I was that girl. I was cutting up clothes, dyeing it, you name it, bleaching them, you name it, I was doing it. But I told him, yeah, I was interested. So we went on ahead and went with everything. We went to the place. I met the lady. She was so sweet. I wish she was still around here till today. I'm not sure where she is now. But she was great. She was such a sweetheart, and I learned a lot. The first thing that I made, it was a tote bag, and it was horrible. I wish I still even had the tote bag. But it was a purple tote bag, and it was horrible. It was a hot mess. But understand the purpose of what the instructor was doing. She was teaching us how to straight stitch. So that's one of the basic stitches that you're pretty much going to be using as a beginner, with simple projects to big major projects. You're going to be just straight stitching. So then after my junior year, I was sewing a little bit. My senior year, I honestly wanted to make me a prom dress. I thought I was going to be bold and audacious, but that didn't happen. So fast forward, after high school and I went off to college, I did minor in fashion design. My major was marketing, so they both go hand in hand. Started really tapping into learning how to really sew throughout college. I was doing that. After college, I was watching YouTube videos, and I still had books and references from school of how to sew, and self-taught, having patterns, and I would just follow the instructions on the pattern and just went from there. So that's pretty much how I learned how to sew. I hope that when you guys start making your clothes, that you guys have that same passion that I do. So that's why I want to deliver this video to you. I just gave you guys just a background of me, of how I came about, started sewing. So we're going to break down the supplies. I think that's going to really help you out. So y'all already know I got my handy dandy notebook. I have to make some references for myself. So we're going to be talking about the materials that you're going to need to start sewing. You're going to need a sewing machine. Now, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get your first sewing machine. You can borrow somebody's sewing machine. If they're not using it, you can borrow it. Or if you do want to go out and purchase one, the first sewing machine that I ever had, it was a brother. If I find a picture of it, I will put it between here or here. It's a beginner-friendly machine, literally a beginner-friendly. Majority of the machines that you're going to see all have the same tension dials and all the different stitching that you will need. But typically, like I said, the most that you will need as far as stitching any type of project will be basic stitching or zigzag stitching. That's the most you'll get. Oh, and if you're gonna make buttonholes, you got a buttonhole selection on your machine. So I would say them top three will be pretty much the type of stitches you'll be using majority of the time. If you want to go out and buy a sewing machine, I would say a brother. I currently have a brother till this day. And the brother that I had when I first started, that lasted me. I was a junior in high school, so that lasted when I was 17 to, when did I graduate college? I was 23, so it lasted me for that long until it gave out on me. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a good look at my machine. Like I said, it's a brother, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, all I've had was nothing but brother sewing machines. This is like my third machine that I've had since I've been sewing. So this is a brother, and as I mentioned, majority of these of the machines, they're all going to have the tension dials. They're all going to have all the different thread settings that you could choose from. I've had this machine for like 2 years, and I like it. It's the Brother Strong in Touch. Yeah, it's that. And yeah, it gets the job done. And if you guys want to go above and beyond and get this type of machine, go for it. They're pretty affordable, so I think that's another reason why I've been sticking with Brother. Now, I don't want to go into a depth of a serger because I know that's a little bit more advanced. But if you want to know, I could definitely make a video all about a serger, how to thread a serger, how to use a serger, what it's used for, etc. Basic notions, bobbins. You're going to need hella bobbins. Come in a pack. So you can start you off, buy you one pack. Thread, I would suggest polyester. You don't want that cheap thread that's going to just pop on you. You're definitely going to need some sewing needles. This one's empty, but I'm just going to show y'all what it looked like. So you're definitely going to want you a pack of sewing needles. Universal is good. That's an overlock one, but Universal is good to start you because you could use those with any type of fabric. Fabric scissors and regular cutting scissors. You're definitely going to need that, and I would suggest, please, sis, do not use your fabric scissors to cut some paper, and do not try to use regular scissors to cut your fabric. It's not gonna work. You're definitely gonna need a seam ripper or a few seam rippers if you can. I got this one. This is what it looks like. It looks like that. Pins, safety pins, definitely gonna need that. Tailor's chalk. I'm trying to find where's mine at. Just a piece of chalk. You're definitely gonna need that just to mark anything that you might need to cut on your fabric. So that's what these are good for. Those are the basic notions that you would need to start you off. But the main course of this meal is the fabric. You're going to need fabric. Now, like I told you guys, my first project was a tote bag. It's a cotton material. It's good to start using that to practice your stitches, straight stitches, zigzag stitches, things of that nature. I would say start you off with some cotton fabric. It's not going to move on you as you're sewing. You want to be able to have control while you're sewing. So if you have more of a bit of a sturdier fabric, you won't have no issues. Now we're going to talk about patterns, okay? I know in fabric stores, they sell like the paper patterns. For instance, let me show y'all. This is what a pattern is. You're going to find it at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, if you have a Hobby Lobby in your area. Now, they also sell these online as well. But they $15 online. I had came across this online. They $15. Who finna pay $15 for a damn pattern? Not I. You can go online and get you patterns for free. Yes, for free. Okay? One place that I did get a pattern at online was Mood Fabrics. They have all different types of patterns you could possibly think. And they're for free. All you gotta do is just download it and print it off, and you got you a pattern. But there's plenty of online sites that offers patterns for free. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look some more up, and I'm gonna list them in the description box. That'll help y'all out. I'm gonna do that. another thing what I was doing, I was using my own clothes as a pattern. Yes, you can use your own clothes as a pattern. That saves you a hell of a lot of money, especially you being starting off. Take an old t-shirt, for instance. Just take an old t-shirt, lay your fabric out, put that old t-shirt on top, cut around it. Boom, you got you a pattern. So that's it as far as picking out a pattern or even using a pattern. You could go online and get some patterns for free, or you could use your own clothes as your pattern for free. I almost forgot to mention this while I was editing this video. Now that you have all your materials, your sewing machine, your basic essentials, and your fabric, you're ready to start sewing. If you're one of those that has never touched a sewing machine, I would suggest start off with simple projects. Like I said, I made a tote bag. You can make a scrunchie, you can make a pillowcase, you can make a blanket. You could Google simple projects like beginner-friendly sewing projects. And then once you keep practicing with that and you start to build your confidence in your sewing, you feel confident that your straight stitches looking good, your zigzag stitches is looking on point, and you're ready to start making your own clothes. You can use patterns, or as I've mentioned, if you don't want to go out and buy a pattern, you can use your own clothes as a pattern. Now, one thing I also do want to mention is that you have to be patient. I've learned that throughout my whole fashion journey. You're not going to master these projects overnight. And that's okay. Practice make perfect. Once you just keep doing it, and you know, it's going to start coming together. Just be patient. It's going to come together. And before you know it, you're going to be having scrunchies everywhere. And you're going to have a whole wardrobe of your own clothes that you make. So that's all I have for this video. I hope that you guys took note of all the information that I shared with y'all today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. That's when I really, oh Lord, I'm probably not even in the camera.